What if you could invest in digital gold or harness the speed of lightning for your financial transactions? Today, we're going to pit Bitcoin, the pioneer of cryptocurrency, against XRP from Ripple, the fastest contender in the global finance market. So we want you to stick around to discover which one deserves a spot in your portfolio, or the other question, maybe they both deserve a spot in your portfolio. By the end of today's video, you'll have a clear understanding of Bitcoin and XRP's strengths, risk, and where they may fit in your financial strategy. Plus, you'll be shocked by the technical analysis that I'm going to do that will pinpoint some high probability buy zones where you can grab either of these cryptos at a discount, therefore maximizing your profit potential. If you're new to crypto, you may be going, well, what's Bitcoin? What's XRP? Bitcoin is the king of crypto, a decentralized currency that has a cap supply of 21 million coins. It's widely considered the digital version of gold. XRP, by contrast, is designed to facilitate lightning fast global transactions, making it a top choice for institutions aiming to streamline their payments. A little bit of history about these cryptos before we jump over to the technical analysis. Bitcoin was born out of the 2008 financial crisis. Bitcoin aimed to disrupt traditional finance by offering a peer to peer electronic cash system. It's now the flagship of decentralized finance and has earned the nickname, as we said, digital gold. XRP has just recently been launched and to work alongside banks rather than against them. XRP focuses on speed and cost efficiencies. It's a disruptor in the global payments arena. Bitcoin remains the largest cryptocurrency by market cap, widely adopted as a store of value and hedge against inflation. Meanwhile, XRP is making waves in institutional finance with growing adoption following some legal clarification that they had to get taken care of regarding its status as a non security. Bitcoin's strength is its scarcity. It's increasingly seen as a hedge against inflation, and its institutional backing continues to grow, as we see with companies like MicroStrategy. XRP's utility makes it a game changer for the financial institution. With its speed and low cost transaction, it's poised for massive adoption, especially if ETF approvals come through. If you're finding today's comparison between these crypto giants, please share this with another trader who may be interested in crypto. Let's empower more people to make smarter financial decisions and achieve that lifestyle of freedom. Some people discount the aspect of technical analysis for analyzing crypto. And I think they're really missing out on some tremendous opportunities by saying, well, you can't do this with crypto. You can't do the technical analysis. Hey, guys, it's a chart. And, I've mastered technical analysis for over 3 decades, helping traders to, like you, make smarter and more profitable decisions. And through proven strategies, I've guided thousands to consistently perform the market, even in volatile condition. Today, I'm bringing that same expertise to break down Bitcoin and XRP. So let's jump into the technical analysis. You're going to be really shocked at some of the levels where both Bitcoin and XRP could be a bargain. Okay, Bitcoin recently made an all-time high of a little bit over $108,000 per coin. And right now it's in the process of pulling back. Some of the history on that, as I show you the chart over here, is Bitcoin has a habit over the years, and that's where technical analysis comes in. is oftentimes you will get a symmetrical move because of the nature of the people trading it as shown up on the charts, a symmetrical move back to a designated level or zone of prices. And Bitcoin tends to pull back anywhere from 30, 50, or even 70%, as you saw last year, where it pulled all the way back down here to, oh my gosh, 16,000. So as you can see, that was the end of 2022. And over the last 2 years, we've had a rocket ride to the upside. So where does Bitcoin become interesting? I'm going to show you a couple of places where prices could come down and approximately what time frame will it take to get there. Let's first take a look at what a Fibonacci retracement would look like from the high here down to the low over here. And I'm just going to grab this right there, draw it down. So this could be an indication that a 50% retracement on a Bitcoin would take me down to about 84,382. A little bit lower down, the 38% retracement would take us down to approximately 74,816. One of the things that's interesting in this observation is this price down here at the 74 corresponds with a past high over here that it broke out from. So we had a breakout. There's always a tendency with breakouts is to pull back down towards the breakout and then rebound. So what about Bitcoin's history of pulling back 30, 50, and even more percentage? I like to take a look at past pullbacks to see what was going on with that. Now, this is a weekly chart, and on the weekly chart, as you can see, let me grab a measurement here. I want to measure from this high down to this low. And there's a couple of pieces of information I want to take off of that. One is that the pullback was 33%, 33.57%. It took me 21 bars. That equates to 21 weeks on a weekly chart. If I do the same measurement from this new high, because I do have a bearish reversal signal, let's just take a real quick look. Grab the high, grab the ruler first, grab the high, drop it down, and let's go out 21 days or 21 bars right there. And if it gets back down to that past high, that is a pullback of 30.58%. Is that reasonable? I think it is. And that's where I'm going to place my entry level around 75,000 to 76,000 to trade in there. How long am I expecting it to take to get down there? Well, if it takes the same 21 bars, that puts it out in May of this year before I be ready to buy some Bitcoin. If prices take off and take out this past high at 108, 108,000 and some change, then this voids my technical analysis and I have to redo the technical analysis. But right now, it's looking like, hey, we may be pushing on down. We'll find out. A couple of barriers it may get to the 40-week moving average, which corresponds with approximately the 200-day moving average. So that may be where it stops, and that's about 82,000. However, those are nicely discounted prices from the all-time high of 108,000. What can we learn from the chart of XRP? As you can see with XRP, it's not been around as long as Bitcoin. Came available back in, I think, July 23, at least July 2023. At least that's what it indicates here on the chart. Now, there may be some additional charting that you can find for past prices, but it did make an all-time high here, uh, just about 4 weeks ago. An all-time high was up at, 290 $2.90. As you can see, not as significant or valuable as Bitcoin, but it serves a different purpose. That's one of the things you have to remember. The thing that's really impressive about this, if I take the from the low here up to that high, that's a move of 651%. That's massive. Now, are we expecting Bitcoin XRP to fall all the way back down to that level? No, we've got a nice little base here and we're starting to drive up. Where do I want to consider potentially buying some of the XRP? Well, clearly not up here because I've had a reversal signal, both bearish Harami along with a bearish hanging man. That's a negative. That's a bearish reversal signal here. So let's go ahead and grab and just do a guess what? Another Fibonacci. Now the Fibonacci, I'm going to grab the Fibonacci this time from this high here. I could stretch it down to this low here, but I'm going to just go here. This low before it started this last run. This will give us some ideas of where XRP may be going to. Now, if it retreats, 50%, that puts us down at $1.70. Uh, Pulls down further to the 38%, that puts us down at 139. So what I think is likely to be taking place is we'll probably get a pullback down into the magic fib box. And the first magic fib box is the 618, and that's at 198, that $1.98. The next one down at $1.70, and then another one down here at at $1.41. In looking at some of the past charts on XRP, any failure to execute and establish the ETF will probably cause a pretty significant sell-off. That may put us back down in the 65-cent level or down in the 80, what is that? 80, no, so approximately 80-cent level. So we could get that low. Right now, I'm placing an order to buy at about 90 cents just to have it hanging out there. And then I'll be watching the technicals to see where we're going to pull back to. And I'd like to pick it up either at the 50% retracement or the 0.382 retracement for XRP. Looks interesting, right? As you see from the charts and the history of both Bitcoin and the shorter history of XRP, Bitcoin provides stability, making it ideal for long term value. XRP, on the other hand, offers potential for explosive growth as it capitalizes on its utility and institutional appeal. One of the things with both of them, in your plan, have a plan to where you're going to get in and also where you're going to take some profits. That's the swing trader in me talking. So the smart move in this case, I believe, is diversify. Bitcoin's store of value narrative complements XRP's growth potential. Together, they form a balanced approach to crypto investing. Hey, are you ready to take your crypto trading to the next level? Click on the video that'll be popping up soon for some other strategies that'll help you plan your trades and have a plan for your trades as you transform your portfolio. Don't miss it.